So there were some new unexpected additions to the shop today, and I want to share with you guys the results of my latest score, and hopefully you guys can give me some good ideas of some cool stuff to make with some of this, because some of this stuff I have no idea what the heck I'm going to use it for. And I keep seeing this thumbnail in like the recommended videos on the YouTube thing, and it's, you know, it says something like machine shop, selling out, closing down, whatever. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, that looks a lot like the garage where my buddy Martin lives, who's the guy who sold me the Powermatic, there, it's hard to do this because everything's mirrored on camera, the Powermatic drill press, and also this nice Clausen Colchester lathe, which I absolutely love. And yeah, so I sort of kept in touch with the guy. You know, we got along great. I really like him. And I was like, you know, I realize he lives in a common style suburban house, but you know, as I saw that thumbnail go by a couple more times, I'm like, I'm fairly certain that's my buddy Martin's place. Click it, sure enough, the guy has decided that he's gonna sell most of his, pretty much all of his machining stuff and tools and buy a yacht and sail the world. So best wishes, Martin. Also, he's selling all his stuff, so I drove over there and came home with all of this stuff. And this is maybe like a fifth of what's in his entire shop. You know, he's got a huge lathe, like a 27-inch by 6-foot long lathe, and at least one more milling machine and like toolboxes full of stuff. But I only bought the stuff that I could afford with the money I haven't lost on farming yet, and that I could conceivably do something with someday. So starting out with some of the more common stuff, we got a bunch of hardware. There's this whole organizer. Some of these things still have a fair amount of stuff in them, not quite that much, but there's, you know, this is probably about 150 pounds, including 50 pounds worth of hardware. Then there's these two buckets over here, and this is good stuff, man. This isn't like a couple little crusty salvage bolts out of your grandpa's, you know, tool shed or whatever. Broaching stuff. So this is for like broaching a keyway. If you've got a pulley, you know how there's the little piece of key stock in there? Well, if you're gonna cut the pulley out, if you're gonna sort of notch it, I guess you could say, to fit that key stock in there, you'd use stuff like this. This is a smaller set of broach tools. You know, it's just, it cuts that that notch. And then of course there's some larger broaching stuff like this. What is this? Yeah, this is a 3/8. I don't know what any of this stuff's worth, but I know Martin, and I'm pretty sure he gave me a really good deal on it. This is for dressing grinding wheels, so I'm told. Yeah, we got this random blower motor, told it works. Don't know what the heck I'm ever gonna do with it. But we got that. We've got this. This is really cool. This is a tachometer for about whatever you want to stick it on. You just put one of those little wheels in the end, you put it up against the spinning shaft or whatever. This was calibrated by Pratt & Whitney in 2010, last time it was used. So that's sort of a big deal. I guess this is out of some piece of aircraft manufacturing setup. There's this thing, which is a tram. It makes sure that your mill isn't all cattywampus. So we got this. This is a thread repair kit. It comes with thread files. I've never used these. I don't know how to use these. See, that's the thing. I'm not the type to let not knowing how to do something keep me from doing it. I either figure it out on my own, or if I'm lucky, can watch a YouTube video or read a book or something on it, and then you just do it, and then you're like, ah, why didn't I think of that before? So I guess these are like regular taps, but different. You use them in thread repair. Roll pin assortment, nothing too fancy, but nice to have. Then there's this gigantic tap wrench, which I guess somebody managed to bendify a little bit. Maybe we can straighten that out on the press, sort of. But these are the genuine Critchley ones. Can't have anything but the genuine Critchley ones. And so basically what these do is, if you drill a hole through something, you shove these through afterwards, and they essentially round it out to within, you know, 1/1000th of an inch or whatever. This is my second ever micrometer. This is the Starrett micrometer, range 6 to 9 inches. So if I figure out how it works, I can use this to measure my... So yeah, it looks like it's been well used a little bit, but told they work. And really cool old school wooden cases. I like those a lot. And you know, Martin, he's always really upfront and really straightforward about what he's selling. He's like, some of these are pretty much scrap metal. Others are pretty much new, and most of them, you know, they've been used a little time or two. So just rummaging through here, we got this, pretty much new. We got this one, looks completely new, maybe used like once. PTD Company USA, and then there's like, you know, your Chinesium ones here, which honestly, in my experience, I've still managed to build stuff with, and everything in between. And moving over here, this is one of my favorite parts of the score. This is a fairly large Wilton vise. If I was to guess, I'd say it's probably only about 4 or 5 inches, no, probably about 5 inches across here, but of course it opens out really far. Never thought I'd be able to afford an actual Wilton vise when I got started welding, because they're like obscenely expensive. Used, they're usually like $500 to $700 a piece, and new, they're like in the thousands. So I just made my own vise and kind of forgot about it until I saw Martin's, and you know, I ended up buying the thing. So that's really cool. What do we have over here? We've got infinitely more drill bits, just drill bits everywhere. There's a bunch of taps. Like, I don't even really know what this style of tap works like. I guess it's a like a really aggressive tap, if you will. This is a Greenfield, made in Japan. Assuming I survive, why don't y'all give me some ideas for electric motor powered thingamajiggers I can make in the video comments below. Hey, it works. Cool. All right, that one passes. So let's see, horsepower, half. Hey, I could make something cool out of that. Half a horsepower thingamajigger. I don't have high hopes for this one. Yeah, we're not plugging this one in. I'm trying to rewire it, and the insulation literally just falls off of the wires. You can see this is like old corroded copper here. So overall, these are pretty well organized coming from Martin's, but what the heck am I supposed to do with this? So really, that's like 3 man days to organize all this stuff. But that was a lot of stuff, and mixed with a handful of fasteners that I already had and some metric ones that I ordered so we can keep it in stock. We now have this glorious thing here, which somehow hasn't broken my table yet. We got like everything all the way up to M20, which is roughly 3/4 of an inch, really roughly. All the way down to M6, which is tiny. It's like, you know, under 1/4 of an inch. And then for standard fasteners, we got 1/4 inch all the way up to 3/4, plus a bucket full of like 1 inch and 1 inch plus ones that I don't even know what I'm gonna do with. And so thanks, Martin, for giving me a good deal on all this stuff. And best wishes sailing the world and whatever. And I'm gonna be sailing through drill bits and taps and so many nuts and bolts for quite a while to come. Thanks for watching. I have no idea why anyone would actually bother to watch all of this, but thanks for watching.